Hello, Ireland. Welcome to your first CODA Conference. My name is Millie Brother, and I am the founder of CODA International. Children of Deaf Adults, that's what we are. And I couldn't be more proud and happy for you all to be gathering together. I so wish I could be there, but it's just not a reality for me right now. So I do want to just give you a little bit of a story about myself and how I met your illustrious Catherine. First, I have to go back to my parents, the most important players here. My mom was born and raised in South Dakota in the Plains. She's the product of two Irish immigrant families. We could be related. And my dad was born and raised in the western part of the United States and is from California. My mother went to residential school. She was deaf from birth. She has deaf cousins, so that's her story. My dad had scarlet fever as a young boy, so he continued with public school, but it just did not work out for him, so he ended up going to the School for the Deaf in Berkeley. They met at Gallaudet, and bingo. I'm the result, as well as my sister 4 years older than me. So CODA, how did that come to be? Well, I was one of those kids who was raised in the deaf community. My parents were very involved, and we had deaf friends over. My father was active in the organizations. So there were the deaf picnics and all of that. Now, I went to public school, of course, and in the hearing world, I was active in student government and sports and things like that. But when the two worlds came together that things began to get a little bit awkward, maneuvering that boundary between the deaf and the hearing world. I went on to university and felt like that was the first time I was really mainstreamed into the hearing world. At that point, I joined the Peace Corps. That's a voluntary group that goes overseas, and ended up starting a preschool for deaf children. There was a big rubella outbreak in this island, so I did work there, and it was there that I thought, something about this deaf connection is missing in my life. And it just so happened a research team from Gallaudet University was coming through, found me, said, come up to graduate work. And I thought, wow, that would be interesting. I really hadn't considered it before. That was my parents' alma mater. So I did proceed with that. And while things were lovely in the deaf world and things were fine in the hearing world, something was just not there for me. And I decided to act upon that, and I said, I want to meet the people like me. Where are they? Who are they? I did a bit of a research project for a class and set up interviews with CODAs, and those 15-minute interviews went for hours in some cases. There was just something about sitting down with somebody and having permission to really talk about our background. I wasn't so interested in the linguistics or the other studies that existed. There weren't many, but mostly people want to know, how'd you learn to talk? Okay, I wanted more than that. So I graduated in 1982. I went back to California from Washington, D.C., and I thought, how am I going to do this? This is pre-computer. I got onto my typewriter. I typed up a newsletter, and that was November of 1983, and I coined the term CODA, Children of Deaf Adults. That related to my musical background. My parents encouraged me with music. And for those of you involved with music, CODA is a musical symbol. It's The coda appears at the end of a musical passage, and it's related to the former musical development, but it's a little bit different. I felt that way. Related to my parents, but I was their product, a little bit different. So I went on to send out position papers to several deaf organizations. I then drafted the newsletter, and that went out. And surprisingly enough, I heard back from Finland. I never anticipated that. I got poetry. I was very pleased with that. So thus, CODA began. And fortunately, in 1986, we decided to have our very own conference, the first CODA conference in California. After that, the World Federation of the Deaf was meeting in Finland in 1987, so wow, why not? I managed to go over there and arrange for a meeting, and it was there that I had the extreme fortunate event to meet your Catherine White. I was so intrigued and thrilled to meet CODAs from around the world. We had 56 CODAs from 16 countries at the first meeting, and I just never imagined that this would reach global boundaries. Catherine has been a dear, sweet messenger of CODA, and I've so enjoyed meeting her and her family, and I am ever grateful for her for setting up this first CODA conference in Ireland. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the global development of CODA. We have had our conferences in different countries outside the United States. It's been predominantly USA, but we met in Australia, Canada. I have to lose my cheat sheet here. Germany, Paris, France, United Kingdom, and South Korea. So I look forward to the day when we meet in Africa, South America, other continents. It's odd because it seems that I feel closer to CODAs from around the world than neighbors in my own backyard. So please, I hope you find that sense of self and identity in CODA, Ireland, at your conference, and I wish you all a fabulous event. I am with you there in spirit. My Irish roots are celebrating with you. Love to you all. Take good care. Bye-bye.
G'day, I'm Duke Mulliner from Brisbane, Australia. Catherine White has asked me to share a little bit about myself. So I am CODA. Both of my parents are profoundly deaf. On my mother's side, we are 4 generations deaf, starting with my grandparents. And on my father's side, we're now 3 generations deaf, starting with my father. Now, I grew up with Auslan as my first language, and like many of us, learning English as our second language through mixture of speech therapy and schooling. And a bit about my culture growing up. So I am 37 this year, so my childhood for me was late 80s, 90s, so no mobile phones, no emails, relying on the good old flashing alarm clock and the TTY for communication. And my family do have reasonably great literacy skills, so they could function independently in the mainstream. But I still took on the role as the communication access for the family. With a little bit different being the youngest child, normally the oldest takes that on. And so in the early years, that communication access was mainly through phone calls, knocks on the door, the occasional doctor's appointment, usually my doctor's appointment, and then evolving into weddings, funerals, parent-teacher interviews as I got older. So it's no surprise that I became an interpreter. I did try retail, farming, a mechanic apprenticeship for a couple of years, but did land up in interpreting. And I am now, after 11 years in the industry, working as a staff executive interpreter at an organisation called Deaf Connect. CODA for me is a reminder that I am not only from, but I am very much a part of a cultural linguistic community. I am different to the mainstream, and that is a difference that took a life journey to be proud of, but I am very much proud of being CODA.
Hello, CODA family. Hello, I wish I was there with you all right now. My name is Monique Clark. Well, many CODAs call me Mo Clark. I'm from Fremont, California. That's Northern California in USA. And many people ask me, you're from California? How far are you from Disneyland? Far. It's an 8-hour drive. It's not close. I just am honored that I get a chance to introduce myself to you all and just share a little bit about my CODA experience in this 3 minutes. Okay, I'll try my best not to go on and on. But what CODA means for me is just the ability to honor all the parts of me, all the intersections, all the layers of me. I get to honor and love and walk in that truth. What we see out there in the mainstream of what CODA looks like, what a CODA person looks like, is not my story because, I come from a different background. In America, Black, woman, parents deaf, there's lots of different experiences there that's not like everybody else. But what I can say is that how beautiful it is that we all can get together from around the world, different walks, different experiences, different cultures, different history and heritage, but we all get together and we just share and break bread together about a common thread that we have, and that is mother, father, parents, deaf. Love that. CODAs. And I want to say congratulations to you all for first time CODA Ireland and UK getting together in Ireland for an open conference. I love that. I so wish I was with you all. I want to say happy birthday to our sister Catherine. Hey! I'll call her Sister Catherine because when I first met her in London, was that 2015 or 2016? It was the year I got my 5-year pen. I was so excited for stepping on stage and receiving my 5-year pen in London, no less. Met Sister Catherine there, and we just had a beautiful time. It was a riot. It was beautiful. It was just deep and fun. And I said, you stuck with me for life. Happy birthday, sister. I hope you all have an amazing time. I hope I get to meet you all next year and just celebrate just being you. Celebrate your CODA heritage. Celebrate your CODA tribe. Love y'all.
CODA UK and Ireland. What about ya? What's crack? And that's about the extent of my Irish vocabulary. My name is Paul Racy. I'm your CODA brother from over here in America. Now, when we have a CODA conference in America, I usually get up and say, my name is Paul Racy, and my parents were deaf. And the whole crowd goes, oh. So let's try that. We're going to try that for a tradition here in the UK and Ireland. Hey there, my name is Paul Racy from America, and my mother and father were deaf. Stop the lights. That's gas. Now, I want you guys to remember, your CODA identity is very important. This is how we're going to heal the world. That sense of belonging, and just nurture positivity amongst yourself. Have some fun, have some crack. Although in the United States, that means a totally different thing. So guys, enjoy your conference. My love goes out to my CODA sister, Catherine White. We shared a bottle of Jameson in Paris, France. Way back, we took a little dander. The two of us. Enjoy each other, you guys. Enjoy being a CODA.
Hello, everyone. I'm Christina Miranda. I'm an only child, CODA, to two deaf Filipino immigrants who moved to the U.S. I was born in the U.S. with a father from Philippines. I identify as a multicultural CODA of color. So what does CODA mean to me? Oh, it means everything. My world is heavy, strong, deaf, and CODA. I'm an interpreter. I've been interpreting for over 16 years. I'm shifting to do more work in Southeast Asia to work with deaf children and their hearing families, to provide more support in partnership with deaf leaders there, to provide more Filipino Sign Language in the home and at school. And CODA to me means not being alone. It means being able to go anywhere in the world and meet people who, same experience, mother, father, deaf. It's no one will understand what that means and how precious that is. So thank God for CODA community people. What does it mean for CODAs with other intersectional identities? To me, CODAs with other intersectional identities means we honor the different parts within who we are. That includes maybe being queer, being a daughter of immigrants, having a disability. Means many different things. Doesn't mean we're just one. No, it means we're many things. And we may have deaf, parents who maybe language deprivation, didn't have access to education. And so it means maybe mother, father have their own trauma and experiences that we see, and then it's internalized, and we see how strong our parents, our community are. And I think that means that we're just strong as fuck. It means that we're resilient and that we're CODA. And my connection to Ireland, I think, if I remember correctly, I met the one and only Catherine at, I think, CODA Land, if I'm remembering right. It was in the UK. I believe she was the note key. And sorry, Catherine, if I misremember. But I remember her being loud, like CODA loud, and lovely, and just such a love. And I remember her being willing to learn more about CODAs who didn't look like her. And that made me respect and love her more. Best wishes and love and light to CODA UK and Ireland. Have a beautiful first conference. May it be healing, may it be beautiful, may it be light-filled. May it have a lot of uncontrollable laughter, and powerful moments of connection and time, and of course love. Much love and light to you all. Happy conference.
Hello, all of you. Hope you're doing good. This is Dirk from Germany, Berlin. I have to inform what my job is. I have a very, very rare job for a CODA. I am a sign language interpreter. I was asked to tell what CODA means for me. CODA means a lot. I think I cannot complain. When I first went to CODA 20 years ago, I really was a different person. And I think I changed for the better. I learned so much. Back in the days, my parents still alive. And sometimes before, communication was not that easy. But later on, after I went to CODA retreats, and later then to conferences, I really learned how to communicate with them, how to feel into them. CODA means I got married, I got divorced, and I will marry again. Many things. I met so many beautiful people that I would never have met without being a CODA. So I hope this is all you need to know about me. There's many more. Ireland, all the best to you. Have a great conference, have a great activity, enjoy each other. Next time I will be there, watch out. Bye-bye, all the best, take care.
Hello. I am Ria, and this is my sign name. I'm from India. I'm from CODA, India. CODA to me is my life, my identity, and most importantly, my heart. A lot of CODAs with intersectionalities, I feel their life is very, very different. It's not the same. And they have so much history, so many experiences. It's so different. And I truly feel that all these layers truly means that there's more of self-reflection. It's important to be aware, to know about our identity. I got to know about CODA Ireland at the CODA conference in Korea. I met a CODA person from CODA Ireland, and she gave me a blanket that you can see in the picture. And I got that blanket. That's how we started connecting with CODA Ireland. I'd like to give all our best wishes to CODA UK Ireland for hosting the first conference. I'm so happy that I'd like to see them grow and would definitely love to connect with all CODAs throughout the world. So all the very best.
Hello to my friends in Dublin. I wish I was there with you. I'm not quite up for the trip, but Catherine asked me if I wanted to say a few words, and of course I'm not one to be shy about talking, so I'll introduce myself. My name is Shirley Galvin. I live in Illinois and Chicago all my life. I was late to come to CODA. It happened because my mother died in '03, and a deaf friend mentioned to me that there was going to be a CODA get-together with some performers, and he thought that I might like it. And of course I was fortunate because the performers were Alan Abarbanel, Dale Dial, and Maria Ruiz, who is now Mateo. And I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. My first conference was in '05 in Las Vegas. I think I've been to 14. And I miss you guys. I wish I could be there. I love the international aspect. I love having international friends. Love having met all of you and realizing that we're not really separated by very much. Our experiences are universal. And I love you all. Oh, my grandparents were my grandmother, Bridget Conway, was born in Ireland and came here as a young child. and she married a man named John Conway. Yes, John, no, let me think. Oh, John Norton, although I'm told that it was really Naughton. And I never met him. He died before I was born. But that's my connection to Ireland, and I've been there twice. I think you've got the most beautiful country in the world, and I hope to have another trip to Ireland in my future. Have a good time.
Hi, I'm Borale Kir, a writer and a filmmaker who believes that being born to deaf parents makes me a natural storyteller. I'm also the founder and representative of CODA Korea. My mother and father are both deaf, and I learn sign language from them. My first language is sign language, like many of you. I made a documentary film called Glittering Hands and wrote a book with the same title about my journey to discover my CODA identity when CODA was not well known in Korea. After the release of my film and book, I met some CODAs and we started an organization called CODA Korea. As a result, CODA became known in Korean society. Last year, CODA Korea hosted Colorful CODA, 다채로운 CODA, which was the very first CODA International Conference in Asia. I'm currently living in Fukuoka, Japan, with my Japanese partner, and recently we had a CODA baby. His name is Shiyu, and he is 4 months and half old. I believe that the different cultures and uniqueness that I have learned from my parents have made my life richer and fuller. And he wanted to say something. Meeting CODA from all over the world always makes me feel at home. Especially when I was at the conference last year, I thought we were a tribe. Send my love and hug to my faraway tribe and family with the glittering and sparkling applause. 시우야, 너도 해봐. 자, 시우, 반짝이는 박수 소리 해봐. 반짝이는 박수 소리. Bye-bye. See you.
Hello, my name is Francine Stern. My name sign, Shaky F. Thanks, Mom. I'm an CODA from Los Angeles, California. For me, CODA is my identity. It's my family, my culture, my tribe, my safe space. It's love. Sending a lot of love to you all. Enjoy the conference. Have the best time ever. Mwah. As my mom would say, I love you from my bottom.
My name is Gunilla Karlsson and I'm from Göteborg in Sweden. I have been engaged in CODA stuff for many years. The first meeting I tried to arrange for CODAs was in the 1990s. I was the president for CODA Sweden from 2002 to 2007. And I have had the privilege of being within the CODA International Board for 2.5 years now until July. So my term has just ended. I've been the Region 6 representative, and for the last year I was also the president. On daily basis, I work with communication tools, including AI, artificial intelligence, for hard of hearing and deaf people. 1986, I attended a painting course on Connemara in Ireland. So I have been to Ireland a while, but it was a while ago. I remember the teacher telling us to put in donkeys on our drawings when we were on the countryside and when we visited small cute villages. She said that we could add diagonal leaders in form of telephone lines. That would make the paintings more vivid. I don't know about donkeys or telephone lines in Ireland right now, but I know that we have CODAs in Ireland. And CODAs are everywhere. That is so special for me when it comes to being a CODA, is that I can meet a CODA from whenever, from anywhere in the world, and still feel a connection. That is very interesting. And that's a strength. There are so many things I don't need to explain. We share situations in life that puts us in a special role, and we know it when we meet and talk about it. We have unique experiences. When we work together, if we do that, we can contribute to welfare, equal participation, and sustainable technology, not only for deaf people and hard of hearing, but also for many more. It's important to meet and organize our efforts. This conference is important.
Hi, Catherine and everyone at the conference. I'm Trudy Schaefer, and this is
Bob.
Hoffmeister. And we are recording this at our friend's home in Vermont, where you can see the leaves are just starting to change. It's beautiful here. We just wanted to send our greetings and let you know how much we wish we were there with you. We are CODAs. I was born in Chicago, and I'm an O-CODA, no brothers and sisters. I have had a career both in state and local government as an interpreter and interpreter educator, and now I'm semi-retired. And Bob, what have you done?
Well, I guess I'm a CODA too. Hi, everyone. Hi, Catherine. Hope you're having a good time. I guess I was born in New York. I grew up in Connecticut inside the American School for the Deaf. From there, I went on to be a lousy student in high school, and then somehow woke up one day and went to college. And after that, I became a professor at Boston University, and I ran the programs in deaf studies that includes working with how to work with deaf kids and uh, working with sign language and its impact on learning with deaf children. And I've developed a test, an American Sign Language test for kids. We have, well, you go ahead, Trudy.
Okay,
I was
so
going to go to family, but
okay,
you
yeah,
can do family.
we
I don't
have
remember them all.
we have 4 children. Our daughter Kristen and her wife Carolyn, who live in San Francisco. Our son Rob and his wife Candace, and their 2 children Violet and Harmony, who also live in San Francisco. Our daughter Bianca, who is deaf and lives near us in Boston. She has 4 children, so she has CODAs, 4 CODAs. And then our youngest is Jasmine, who also lives in the Boston area, and she has 2 children. So we have a total of 8 grandchildren. 4 of them are CODAs.
Yes, a lot of kids to keep track of. All right.
And a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yep. What we do is we spend the whole year going from birthday to birthday to birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather be on the boat.
Okay. So with that, we wish you a very successful and fun-filled conference, and we hope to be there next time.
And have a good time, and don't forget to have a drink on me.
Okay. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.